No, I'm not. I'm on your contract.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out why you have $1,000 on the contract.
You need to see the original one.
No, I need to see the contract. You signed a contract. You signed a contract because that was the terms of the agreement. I'm trying to figure out why you're charging $1,000. Did you ever go out and check out the water hookup after you had no problems or had problems with water? Did you ever go outside the camper and look at what was going on?
I was outside the whole time.
Okay. Did you ever see this?
No.
Did you ever see this? The 90.
No.
That wasn't on the hose. That wasn't on the camper. That wasn't on the filter.
Yeah, but she.
Where's that on the contract? I'm asking you, what paragraph?
This is all part of it. This is the ad that she responded.
It's not part of it. This is the contract. If you have a written contract, this is the contract. That's advertisement.
Okay.
I'm just schooling you. You're in business. If you're going to have a written contract, better be inclusive.
Delivery fee, $100 base, and then $50 in my over.
Not in the contract.
Standards.
So I'm going to ask you one more time. How do you come up with $1,000?
Because
What's the $250 that's missing on this page?
and $80. The cleaning fee, the dumping fee, and the delivery fee.
Give me the cleaning fees.
Dumping fee,
Dump, okay.
$35 for the cleaning fee.
Yep.
$100 for the dumping fee. Deposit for rental, $500 will be made up front to secure and hold the rental. Any damages incurred once checked back.
Okay, but you're still $125 short. 80, 45, and 100. No, that's 225, right?
I think she, yeah,
So you're $25 short.
$25?
Right.
Okay. I did.
Okay. All right. So what damage did you keep? I mean, do you have some itemized parts list, labor? Okay.
Here's how it all began. I picked up the trailer. Here's the letter. Here's the pictures when I picked up the unit.
Okay. What I asked you for is your list of damages that you're trying to hold them responsible for. Okay. Show that to Miss Rose.
Oh, the septic too. Here's all the dumping that came out of the septic. I might show them this as well. I apologize.
Let me know if you have any objections to me looking at those documents.
I would like to say something.
No, that's not where we're at.
Action.
Do you have any objections to me looking at those documents? Any objections? Ma'am? Thank you. Give me a chance to peruse. Oh, good God. All right, if I'm reading this correctly, the general RV center total was 300?
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
It's all on that list. That's thing with my map is everything.
All right, so I think you made some reference to a comment about water lines inside the camper, not just out on the wall, on the exterior, but some kind of inside stuff damage.
So
Does that show up on the RV, the general RV thing?
it's the inspection that needed to be done and all that broken down. Yeah,
All right, hold on, I'm not seeing that in the paperwork you just submitted. I got a post-work customer approval, general RV. Shows city water flange black. The only thing I'm seeing charges for is the $200 for the flange and then $100 labor. I don't see anything in here about water lines.
okay.
So I'm assuming there were no repairs made to the water lines.
Okay. If it's not on there,
Okay.
I have no idea why.
Okay.
I'll have to contact general area.
Okay. Well, what was your understanding of what was done?
The water lines were replaced inside all the way up to the pump leading back out to the city water connection.
And any idea why?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Whatever they did, they have
All right.
inspection in there.
Is this the flange that is referred to in here, the $200 part?
Broke.
Okay.
Not having that part on there would make the water inoperative, but the water operated before we left. Validated.
Okay. Is this post repair or pre repair?
That is pre. I
Okay.
don't know if I have a photo. I can get a photo of it. And shoot it. Here too, going back on the conversation of all the extra fees and all that, the contract. It was explained to Peggy in her messages before we even signed the contract, what the extra fees were. She acknowledged it and then went on to go and sign the contract. From now on, I'll itemize those going to a contract because you are 100% correct. It should show it, but it shows it right here.
All right.
Numerous methods of contact that we had via email and Facebook Messenger.
Okay. So you haven't returned any of the $1,000, correct?
No,
Okay. And 500 of which was for the 2-night rental, correct?
for the listener.
The rental.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the other 500 was,
Okay, but the rental's only $250. That's why, see, I'm having trouble with the math. She told me the rental rate was $500. Your contract says it was $250.
understood because the things that we were discussing in our messages about these extra fees and what
The dump fee and the cleaning fee.
it was all acknowledged.
Okay.
It's right here.
Okay.
You want to read through these two? I asked her, Peggy, you understand what the contract states? Go ahead and sign it. Then you can follow up with the deposit. We'll go ahead and then schedule your lot rent. And then once you get that down, give me the place where you're going and I'll be.
Okay.
I helped save on my
Okay.
insurance by having other folks travel with my trailer to not damage it.
All right. So the 500 would be the 250 for the 2 nights
Yes,
plus all the incidentals.
yes,
All right. And then 300 for the general RV repair,
yes,
which leaves a balance of $200 of their money.
yes.
So you agree that you owe them $200?
No, I don't agree.
Well, what's that for?
What do you mean?
Why are you keeping the extra 200?
Well, when they started throwing around threats of going to court and driving by my house and taking pictures, yeah, I held on to their money and I would let it jump.
Okay.
Like you decide how we move.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm being called a scam, like I had to ask this woman
Okay.
you know, all hours of the night, you know,
Okay. Hold on.
I'm not trying to. be
Okay.
here. Oh my God, and I ultimately.
Okay. All right. So is there anything else you want me to consider at this point?
I mean, this whole file really, because kind of every question you've asked me is right here written leading up to it. It was all stepped up.
Okay.
You know, and I keep track of that, but she was really the only one I got to run to this year.
Well, I don't think she's disagreeing that the original rental rate was 500. So, I mean, that was the original testimony, correct? Okay. All right. So what we're talking about is the difference between that 5 and the 1,000 you paid. Right?
Right.
Okay. All right. All right. Do you have any questions for him?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. No. Listen closely. Do you have any questions for him? If you just want to tell me more about from your story, that's okay. But do you have any questions for him?
There.
All right, that's counterproductive. If that's the only question you've got, then what do you have to tell me that you want me to consider?
I heard him say he was gonna try to get somebody out there to fix it. And then he left, and we called him after that, because it fell right on.
Right.
It was not hooked up properly, it didn't have the regulator and all that stuff. He broke it, and he knows he broke it. He was lying.
Okay.
Sir. Yeah, it's a.
Not unless she calls you as a witness.
I called him as a
You're not a party. You can ask him questions to elicit his testimony, but he's not going to sit there and tell me a story.
well, I don't know what he wants to say, so I mean.
Can't help you. Anything else from you, sir?
I call my witness.
All right. You're under oath. Go ahead and ask her questions.
What's the water after the morning before we left?
Yes.
What's your name, ma'am? Last name? West, just like the direction? Okay. Anything else?
When we did leave, about how long after we left, a phone call from Chris claiming that the water was frozen in out of there.
But 30th Avenue, like I said, it broke out and it Chris said it fixed, but it wasn't broken, but he got it working, so it would be used. And if it left, then it was broken. Then it wasn't working.
Okay, that confused me. Did you have trouble hooking it up?
At first, yeah, because I couldn't get the filter to adapt to it, and then I got the filter to work. And then Chris came around to the back of the trailer while I was hooking it up. And at the same time, I said, we should be good now. You mind going in the trailer and validating if it's working? Talking the sink and the toilet, that's it, the shower too. He ran all of them. She heard him from the vehicle say, yeah, it's working. How about the sink, Chris? Yeah, it's working. How about the toilet, Chris? Yeah, it's working. Okay, good. If you guys have any problems, give me a call. 30 minutes down the road, I get a call. The water's broken, Chris. And then I was all sorts of everything throughout the whole weekend.
Okay.
Even trying.
Did you go back? Did you go back when they called you?
Because we had a daughter that we.
Okay. Do you happen to have any pictures of the actual part so I know what broken is?
Let me see, this is the only component.
Because I'm not a camper. I have no idea what this hookup's supposed to look like.
The fix. And that would have been great with all these negative photos of everything. You mind if I look at my?
No. Or maybe you can just describe on your photo what's broken.
So where you see that flange broken off of there?
Hold on, I got to find that picture. I got it here somewhere. All right. Yeah, I'm looking at this big picture.
Okay.
What's broken?
So if you don't mind,
No.
we take this piece goes to the city water connection going into the trailer. This,
So that piece in your left hand screws into this thing. So the filter screws in here,
or you.
right?
That end.
And then that goes on the other end,
Filter light at front.
right?
Then this piece goes in water connection. It's feeding water.
Right.
To the trailer.
So something's broken here.
The piece that would attach this to it.
Okay.
And if this was part of it, take a garden hose and you attach this to it, that wouldn't attach to it.
Okay,
Therefore, the whole city water is just in operating.
right.
That's why I call.
So
it
the piece that's broken, is that a piece that turns into this or it's an actual part of this that broke off?
position that piece going in the inside. I mean, I'm an engineer at work, but it's a crappy design, if you will.
All right, so there's supposed to be another piece that if this was a complete unbroken unit, I'd be looking at a totally different picture.
I mean, you know,
Correct?
yes.
Okay.
It gets pricey because that's how it goes. I mean, you can get them in brass.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the model unit that I bought coming from the manufacturer, it's the design of like a two-piece. Picture the piece you have on the trailer and the one that broke off. This should have fed to something inside. Therefore, why I mentioned the lines had to be
Right.
replaced. Because in that is a water pump that inside the unit pumps all that water if the city water was operative and keeps me pressurized
Right.
water, stuff like that, you know.
Okay, all right,
This is my first time camping around
Okay.
in a camper. I've only one my whole life too, so.
okay, all right. Anything else from anybody?
I just wish I had the finalized picture for you again, so it wasn't a bunch of negative about that.
Gotcha.
It's pretty simple. Here, we just need to get to a solution.
Yeah, okay. Anything else from you? Go ahead.
Like the comment of me.
Okay. Put your full name on the record, sir.
Christopher J. Roth.
Thank you. Go ahead.
How could she hear everything that was said when she was in the truck?
That's not a question for your husband. That's a rhetorical question for me. Elicit some facts from your husband if you have them.
Terms of what's needed to hook up a camper properly, so that it will not do that if he had none.
Yes.
Can we show?
Sure. First, show them to Mr. Havazian.
Damn, are they questioning each other? They can do that?
Yeah, just like you just did with your
I
wife.
thought they were questions directly.
No. See if you got any objection to me looking at those photos, sir.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What's the objection?
There's a pressure regulator.
What's the objection to the photo?
Oh, no,
Okay.
this is all part of the manual. Like, this is regular camping etiquette.
Okay. So you're okay with me looking at those photos?
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Standard.
All right. Go ahead.
Well, he didn't have any of that. It was hooked up incorrectly by him. And he rigged it so it worked for a little bit, and when they left, it broke instantly.
Okay. Anything else?
Uh,
Do you have any questions for Ms. Rose?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Did you directly see me break one?
Oh, what my husband told me, he doesn't want it. He doesn't have.
Anything else?
There was another part she said, but I mean, every question I asked
I know.
goes me on my feet. Like, so I'm gonna ask.
Okay. Yes. If she wants to question you,
I have the question.
you're not a party to the lawsuit. All right. I won't disagree.
What parts did he have and what parts did he not have to hook the camper up? Right.
The 90-degree brass elbow in that picture would attach to the male water inlet on the side of the camper. And those are attached to keep there from being excessive pressure from the hose and the filter. It directs it in a 90 towards the ground.
Right. So the weight of the filter is not resting on the plastic. Right.
There's another piece that's about 6 inches long, and it has a spring. And you would hook that on next to the 90-degree brass elbow, and then to that, attach your filter.
That's what you're calling the filter extension?
Yes.
Right.
Then you would attach your water hose to that and run it to the city water valve. And on the city water valve, you would put a pressure regulator. It usually has a dial.
Right. Like this.
Yes.
Okay. I'm with you.
And then you connect your water to that, your hose line to that. And what that valve does, it keeps the water pressure from getting too high. That would keep from exploding the lines inside of the camper. Now, the way it was hooked up was the water line was hooked to the trailer. And then in line was the filter hooked up to the city water valve. There was no meter device for the valve.
So it was city water, hose, filter, camper.
Correct.
Okay.
no 90-degree brass adapter. So that caused excessive weight, the weight of the hose and the water in the hose, to tear off that piece. Okay. Once that was broken off, it was unable to be used.
Okay.
Also, sir, if I may add, if there's water in the holding tank and the pump is on inside the camper, then yes, you will get water flowing from your tap. That's what I witnessed, was water flowing from the tap. I don't know if it was from pressurized water that came from the hose, or if there was water in the holding tank, fresh water in the freshwater tank.
All right.
Yes, that's what I said. Yes, it's worth.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Sir, questions from Mr. Rose?
Yeah, Chris, how would you have saw any of the way that I hooked up anything if you were on the inside of the trailer? Tells me that the water was running.
I was on the outside when you attempted to hook it up, and when the male adapter was broken on the camper.
Why didn't you directly take that up with me while we were standing there? Why did it take you
I
30
did.
minutes after we left and told me that the water was hooked up? That's cool that you brought all those photos to how to properly hook up a trailer. Well, can you efficiently tell me that I didn't hook it up when you were inside the trailer telling me that the water was operative and functioning at the toilet without the pump running?
All right, there's a long question there. Break them down. One question.
the outside of the camper with you when you hooked up the water to the campers.
Tracy, where was Chris when?
Okay, are you done with Chris? Are you done with Chris?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Tracy, where was Chris when I asked him if the water was hooked up and operative?
I didn't see months ago.
So again, if I may ask, how would
Who
you,
are you asking?
Chris,
Go ahead.
how would you be able to validate if I hooked up the water correctly with all the parts you showed and what I did and didn't have if you were inside the trailer and you were telling us? And again, going back to how the windows were open in the vehicle, everything, talking about. How did you know whether or not I hooked it up if you were inside the trailer right before we left, saying water in the bathroom ran, the toilet ran, and the sink ran fine? You did not address.
Okay, once again, that's a run-on. That's a run-on. So let me ask you this. Did you ever go out and check out the water hookup after you had no problems or had problems with water? Did you ever go outside the camper and look at what was going on?
I was outside the whole time.
Okay. Did you ever see this?
No,
Did you ever see this? The 90.
no.
That wasn't on the hose, that wasn't on the camper, that wasn't on the filter. All right. Anything else from you?
Yeah, do you have pictures of how it was hooked up? They're clearly showing what safe grounds.
No, I didn't think I was going to need them. Thought we were.
All right. Anything else?
And again, when we left the trailer after hooking up the water, was it not operating at the sink, at the bathroom, at the shower, like you said?
After you attempted to make that repair, yes.
That's all my question.
Anything else? Ma'am? Anything else?
Feel like, we've been scammed. That's why I'm
Okay. So, you paid a filing fee to the court. Was it $35 or more than that?
this 35.
All right. Did you have any other out-of-pocket expenses?
My husband had just 2 days of work.
Yeah, that don't count.
Um,
Sucks, but it doesn't count.
she does, because he doesn't get paid for this month.
All right. Any other out-of-pockets?
$1,000 now, that's all I gave him. And I never got to pay that.
Okay. All right. All right, anything by way of closing argument?
If you don't mind, sir, it also states in the contract what was signed and acknowledged the highlighted areas we briefing.
Particularly, what do you want me to look at?
Any damages, statement of
Yep, I saw that. Anything else?
Your Honor.
Not you. Anything else? Yes. Anything else? Yeah, I've been here. I've been here. I've been listening. I understand that's your position. Anything else? All right. So small claims cases are civil. Civil cases are determined by a preponderance of the evidence. That means if it's a 51 to 49, the 51% wins. It's pretty clear to me that the way it was described is exactly what happened. You hooked up plastic to plastic with the weight of the water line and the hose on it. And it might have lasted for 30 minutes, but it didn't last for 2 days, and that was what the rental was. And the fact that your contract says they're responsible for damage certainly doesn't cover any damage that you are responsible for. I am awarding $535 to Ms. Rost.
Your Honor, you said you read the contract at the bottom there, it's highlighted about not being responsible for any of the fees that are in the contract or the damages incurred.
And I just explained, I'm not going to hold her responsible for damages to the trailer. That's your fault. And there's no judge anywhere that's going to enforce that kind of language in a contract when it's the contract drafter's fault that the damage occurred. You did the damage. You hooked up the trailer wrong and it broke. So you can go downstairs and in probably 5 to 10 minutes, we'll get a copy of that judgment for you. Have a nice afternoon. You're welcome.
In this courtroom, the judge made it clear that experience, professionalism, and respect matter. When defense counsel repeatedly challenged the court's rulings, the judge firmly responded that after 26 years on the bench, he knew exactly how a probable cause hearing should be handled. He reminded everyone that the hearing was not about proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, but determining whether probable cause existed. The judge refused to allow unnecessary arguments, told counsel not to waste the court's time, and emphasized that once a ruling was made, the case had to move forward. His calm authority kept the courtroom focused and under control,